and keep an eye to the sky too, because some of these storms could spawn tornadic activity. I know it is the 7th day of January, but we're talking about a lot of unseasonably warm air in place. And whenever you get the air this warm and a very potent jet stream of the region, you are definitely setting the stage for severe weather. Even across the upper peninsula of Michigan, the northern parts of the lower peninsula, we've had some locally heavy rain with some embedded stronger storms. No watches are in effect for this area other than the potential for flooding now, so be mindful of that. And then as we kind of push off to the west and well north of Minneapolis, little bit of light freezing rain, a mixture of chilly rain and wet snow here across the arrowhead of Minnesota. So all eyes focused on the Midwest, mainly the upper Mississippi River Valley this afternoon. We are also watching this system over the southwest because, believe it or not, this energy will be pushing into the Midwest tomorrow. So round 2 of the stormy conditions tomorrow in the Midwest. But today we've had some locally heavy snow in the mountains of Arizona and even some of the snow building just south of Denver. And yet we have another system that's coming into the Pacific Northwest. This system will make its presence more felt tomorrow, as today we're kind of getting a lull in the action, but the rain will definitely be on the increase along the coast of Washington State and snow in the higher terrain, and it'll be very windy with this system as well. So we'll be here covering the entire weather picture for you, including the east where the air has been very warm, Jeff.
Oh, to say the least, Vivian. Check out where all the records were set yesterday, and we already have more records being set today. Again, they stretched all the way from Texas. Check out Oklahoma City yesterday, up to 75 degrees. Dallas is knocking on the door to 80 degrees right now. Chicago up to 60. Now, that Marquette may not sound like much at 39, particularly from folks from the south. But Marquette in the early mid part of January, to get to 39 degrees, almost 40, that is warm. In fact, there are flood watches going up in many areas here. Why? It's not so much because of heavy rain, although the rain's helping out. It's because the snowpack is melting. The snow that had fallen earlier, particularly near the Great Lakes from lake effect snow, when you get temperatures in the 60s and 70s and a little bit of rain on top of that, that's all going to melt in a big hurry, and that could cause some flooding very, very quickly. I mean, look at Chicago. It's 64. Detroit, 63. Look at that. It's almost 80 in Dallas. That amazes me. 78 in Houston, where they're going to play the national championship game tonight. It is 75 right now in New Orleans. Feeling very, very balmy. Vivian?
Okay, well, coming up next on Weather Center, fog put the brakes on travel across parts of the Midwest. We have the details, and it was a nightmare trying to get around in whiteout conditions in Colorado. More on this coming up too.
The wipes Americans trust most to clean and disinfect are now the only wipes with a new low streak formula.